Like her or not, Taylor Swift has made a huge impact on the NFL this season, boosting viewership and jersey sales. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the Taylor Swift effect supersized. The NFL benefiting from a whole new Super Bowl audience, all thanks to one person. For Jamie Voorhees and his 11-year-old daughter Bree from Chapel Hill, they now watch games together. But it wasn't just about her learning the nuances of the play-action pass.
Bree was introducing me to the music. We can kind of rock out together, and I'm definitely a Swiftie now.
And they are not alone.
Here you have a sport played by men, watched primarily by men. And now, on a real positive note, it's clear that this has brought dads and daughters together. And I mean that literally and symbolically. It's brought many more women watching this sport.
And coming up at 7 a.m., from Taylor to Usher to that incredible game, we're covering every angle of Super Bowl 58 with your GMA First Look. I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
All right, all the Swifties around the country can rejoice after last night.
Yay!
Yeah, no, but you brought up a great point. I mean, she actually has been a great role model.
Yeah, no, I maybe not be the biggest Taylor Swift fan, but my daughter loves her, and she is a great role model for young girls.
Shout out to the Swifties out there. All right, guys, 5:16 right now and 44 degrees outside.
Your time right now is 5:16. Like I just said, taking a look around San Antonio. The streets are, not too bad right now.
Yeah, looking pretty good out there as we take one quick look here at TransGuide, and we will be right back with a full check of your traffic and weather.
Did you know there's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%? Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. Dawn Power Wash has 3 cleaning boosters not found in traditional dish soaps that remove food and grease 5 times faster. And because it cleans so well, you can replace multiple cleaning products for counters, stoves, and even laundry stains. Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. Brand power helping you buy better.
Bye-bye cough.
Later chest congestion. Hello, 12 hours of relief.
12 hours?
Mucinex DM gives you 12 hours of relief from chest congestion in any cough, day or night. Mucinex DM. It's comeback season. Now try Mucinex Insta-Soothe Sore Throat Medicated Drops.
Give a little love.
Find gifts at every price for all the loves in your life. Give love, give style at Macy's.
All right, favorite commercial.
Ooh, favorite commercial. Here we go. No, we're talking all things Super Bowl. We were talking halftime show. Favorite commercial.
Let me think. I really like the one with the Dung Kings with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yes, that was very funny.
And Tom Brady, and then Jennifer Lopez was like, please stop.
She's got such a great, really true wife look going on.
Yeah.
We talked about
it. Like you're embarrassing.
And the State Farm with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay,
that was cute.
Yes, that was good. That was good.
A lot of them just seem, it's like,
I always like the Dove commercials. It was good to see a Dove commercial back. I had heard there had been years that they hadn't done a commercial for the Super Bowl. Sort of like girl empowerment, I thought that was really a really good one.
The young athletes.
The young athlete, the young female athletes.
And then the NFL commercial with all the bird teams.
With the birds flying in. Yeah, it makes you actually think how many birds there are out there. Speaking of out there, let's take a quick look at TransGuide, guys, because traffic is moving pretty good. Figured this after a Super Bowl Sunday. Not too many people on the roads. We do have one incident to let you know about, and that is some road debris that's being reported there on the southbound lanes of 35 at North New Braunfels Avenue, but not causing any major delays at the moment. Mike, it feels a little bit cooler out there. How are things looking outside?
Oh, and then the other thing when they kept taking the shots of Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, and Chiefs made a really good play, and Blake Lively mouthed some words that I don't think her mother would have been too happy to see. Anyway, yes, it is much cooler out there. Yesterday was just a sensational day. We had some of that rain, obviously, on Saturday, and what a good-looking sunset yesterday. Now, we do have a few clouds, as you can see, hanging out there. This is the picture looking sort of down to the southwest over there at 10 at 410. Here is downtown right there. So these clouds are, and also the wind is helping us to not get as cold as what we could get. 45 here in town, pair of 40s degrees in Kerrville, Comfort, 41 Bernie Stage, 45 in Seguin right now. But it's that wind, gusts 25 at the airport, 28 Randolph, 30 Hondo, and 36 over there in Lost Maples. So we do have wind chills to deal with. Feels like 31 in Kerrville right now, 27 Lost Maples, and 38 here in town. So yes, definitely on the chilly side. And obviously things cleared out nicely yesterday. The wind is also pulling in much drier air. These dew points. Now, of course, yesterday was a comfortable day. We had more humidity in the morning, and then it started to drop down. Compared to this time yesterday, dew points are down 31 degrees compared to just 24 hours ago, 34 degrees lower. So much drier air has moved on in here. And with the wind subsiding tonight and with clear skies, that's going to set us up for a much colder morning tomorrow. So we'll drop down a few degrees. It's going to be tough to drop down a couple of degrees again, with the wind keeping the atmosphere stirred up, but it's still going to be chilly this morning and not really warming up that much. We will make it up to 56 at noon. The wind will ease this afternoon. Still a breeze, but enough out there, and 62 for a high temperature then later on today. Now, as far as the humidity, which is very low right now, going to start to work its way back into the picture Wednesday and then especially Thursday, Friday, early Saturday. And this is when we get a rain chance in here. Right now, it's not looking like a great chance of rain. Yes, there will be a few showers around, but then also notice by late in the day, Saturday, Sunday, how the humidity drops back down again. And that's because another front's going to move down through here, and that's going to definitely keep us on the cool side as we go on into the weekend. So here's what it looks like for the next week. 62 today and then 38 tomorrow morning. So close to freezing in the hill country, up to 66, though, even warmer in the afternoon. Cool start, nice, about normal temperatures on Valentine's Day. Chance for a shower Thursday, a little bit better chance Friday. Again, I don't think it's going to be great. And then early Saturday, and this front moves through, and that keeps us only in the upper 50s over the weekend and very close to a freeze even here in town by Sunday morning. A whole lot more after this.
Welcome back. Well, Meta says it will no longer recommend political content to users on Instagram and Threads. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a change to political content on Meta platforms. Instagram and Threads will stop recommending political content proactively from accounts you do not follow. But users can opt in to see political posts, including election-related topics. The platform says it wants Instagram and Threads to be a great experience for everyone. Samsung has received the FDA's approval to add a sleep apnea feature on Galaxy Watches. The feature detects signs of moderate to severe sleep apnea for people over the age of 22. It will be available later this year. And X is partnering with WWE. The companies are reportedly launching a new weekly series set to start in the spring. According to The Hollywood Reporter, WWE Speed will feature matches designed to last no more than 5 minutes. Wrestlers are still grappling with the changes, hoping it will match their expectations. Those are your Tech Bites.
Okay. Not bad for a Super Bowl Monday.
It is now 5:27 and 44 degrees.
Up next, the special way the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is honoring military veterans over the weekend.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, bragging rights were up for grabs for 2 teams of students from Kerrville competing in STEM competitions with a trip to state on the line.
Good Monday morning, everyone. It is February 12th, the day after the Super Bowl. I know a lot of people maybe stayed up a little bit later, hung out with some friends and family.
Taking the days off.
Including Mark and Stephanie.
You're here with us.
Well, see,
you're a trooper, Mike.
Yeah.
Lions weren't in it, so
you're like,
had they been in it, I wouldn't have been here. But I know, like my wife said yesterday, just get over it, okay? So I'm like,
you're still sulking a little bit?
I bounced off his mask and he caught, I know we're,
yeah.
Anyway, hi, great morning out there. It is definitely cool, and grab a jacket. We've got wind chills to deal with. Notice how there are a few clouds off in the distance there, and looks like they are starting to break up fairly quickly. We're going to see a whole bunch more sunshine later on today. This afternoon is going to look a lot like yesterday, although cooler. Now, as far as temperature out there at the airport, 45 degrees. normal low right now, and we do have very, very dry air. So in theory, we could continue to drop down this morning, but we've got a few of these clouds, plus that wind is keeping the atmosphere stirred up. So that's not allowing the heaviest, coldest air to settle to the surface. We've got 30s, primarily 40s out there. Wind is out of the northwest, 15, 20 miles per hour, and the gusts out there, 25 close to 30. It's going to be windier this morning, and then the wind will settle down somewhat later on today. Of course, despite the fact the wind not letting thermometer readings get as cold as what they should, it still feels pretty darn cold out there. Wind chill 31 Bernie, Kerrville, 38, Canyon Lake, New Braunfels at the airport, Randolph, and it feels like 27 right now at Lost Maples. Molds on the moderate side. Look what's not showing up. Mountain Cedar. Maybe America's going, yeah, all right. Good riddance on that, but, Oak's right around the corner, of course. So 56 at noon, breezy still, sunny skies, 62 for a high temperature later on today. Now with the clear skies and dry air tonight and no wind, gets even colder tomorrow. Still a good looking day. We'll talk about the Valentine's forecast and what's in store for this weekend. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, the man that always uses his turn signal. Right, RJ?
Always, Mike, always. Yes. Got to make sure 10 and 2, turn signal all the time. Taking a look outside. By the way, Mike, thanks for reminding me about Valentine's Day.
It's our public service.
Yes, it's like Super Bowl. Okay, Valentine's Day. 35 and Loop 410 traffic moving pretty good. Both directions here. And let's see if we get one more here. 37 South Cross traffic moving pretty smooth there as well. Not expecting a lot of people on the roads this morning, obviously, because there are some kids that are out from school today. And obviously, a lot of people taking the day off after the Super Bowl. We do have some road debris being reported there southbound 35 at North New Braunfels Avenue, but you can see from our maps not causing any major delays right now at the moment. So traffic looking pretty good, Erica.
Thank you, RJ. Well, new this morning, the events inside a local strip club have taken a backseat to what happened outside it. San Antonio police are investigating a series of incidents there overnight, including a pair of robberies and a shooting. Katrina Weber is live near Loop 410 in Vance Jackson. Now, Katrina, you say it was something else that originally brought police there?
Well, that's right. The original call they had was that someone had shot up a car in the parking lot here at Sugar's. Now, we do see a car here that is riddled with bullet holes, but we don't know if that for sure is that car because there was other shooting that happened here about a half hour after that. Let me give you a look at the video from when police were here. This all unfolded around 2 o'clock this morning. Police say that while they were here investigating the car that had been shot, that's when some people ended up shot. They had a call, or actually the security guard had been notified by someone who was robbed in the parking lot on the other side of the building while police were here investigating that car shooting. So the security guard went to go investigate that robbery, found a second robbery happening, and then exchanged gunfire with one of the suspects involved in the robbery. Police say one of the 3 people who were committing the robbery did end up getting shot by the security guard. The other 2 got away, and they are investigating all of these incidents that happened, of course, while police were here for the first call that they had about the car being shot. So sounds like a pretty wild night outside Sugar's here on the northwest side of town. Reporting live on the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you very much, Katrina. Well, a developer plans to build thousands of homes on the Guanajote Ranch property, but that would require a wastewater plant. If that plant were to be built, it would dump treated wastewater into Helotes Creek, which is raising concerns from some residents who say that wastewater could end up in the Trinity Aquifer or even the Edwards Aquifer, which is a source of water for San Antonio. Those neighbors have until today to contest a wastewater permit request to Texas officials.
2 more Santico theaters are open again. Casablanca and Northwest Theaters joined the Palladium as the only 3 theaters owned by the movie chain to let moviegoers in yesterday. All the other locations have been closed since Thursday for what the chain is calling technical issues. The timeline for reopening of the theaters is still unclear.
Now to that church shooting in Houston. Police there say that a woman opened fire at a celebrity pastor. That would be Joel Osteen's megachurch.
Yeah, the building was packed with parishioners at the time. Now, and this morning, as ABC's Allison Cossack reports, witnesses are describing the panic as shots rang out.
Terrifying moments as gunfire erupted inside celebrity pastor Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Houston.
I was just walking up the stairs, and when I got on the top, like they started shooting. I don't know, like I just heard, but it was like more than 10 shots.
Levi Andrade captured this video inside the church as the chaos unfolded. Authorities say the suspected shooter, a woman between 30 and 35 years old, walked into the church with a young boy. Police say 2 off-duty police officers working security at the church shot and killed the shooter. The boy, believed to be 5 years old, was injured.
She was armed with a long rifle and a trench coat with a backpack. Once she entered, at some point she began to fire.
All of it happening just as a Spanish service was about to begin, with hundreds of parishioners inside, then running for their lives.
They started shooting, and we went scared, and then we went to the chairs to try to protect us, and then everybody was crazy running.
Police say just before the shooter died, she claimed to have a bomb, but officers say no explosives were found. The boy was listed in critical condition overnight.
And that female, that suspect, put that baby in danger. I'm gonna put that blame on her.
Another person, a 57-year-old man, was shot in the leg. Pastor Joel Osteen praised the swift actions of law enforcement.
We don't understand why these things happen, but we know God's in control, and we're going to pray for that little 5-year-old boy and pray for the lady that was deceased.
Police did not release the shooter's name or a potential motive for the shooting. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is once again undergoing treatment at a hospital. The Pentagon says that Austin's security detail took him to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center yesterday. The 70-year-old is experiencing a problem with his bladder. The Pentagon says that Austin has turned over his duties and responsibilities to Deputy Secretary Kathleen Hicks. Austin underwent prostate cancer surgery at Walter Reed last December. He developed a urinary tract infection and other complications.
A Senate plan for Israel and Ukraine is moving forward after a vote on Super Bowl Sunday. The $95 billion foreign aid package is closer to a Senate floor vote after clearing a procedural hurdle 67-27 this past weekend. It would provide national security assistance for Ukraine and Israel and humanitarian help for citizens in Gaza. Debate over the bill comes as Israel's strikes killed more than 100 in Rafah. That's a city in southern Gaza near the border with Egypt, where more than 1 million people have taken refuge. As for aid to Ukraine, Republican support is wavering. Former President Donald Trump is urging senators to make any foreign aid a loan and saying he'd tell NATO allies behind on contributions. Even if the aid bill passes the Senate, its fate in the House is uncertain.
All right, you know the music right there. Here at home, 10 World War II veterans were honored and thanked, love this story, for their service at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo yesterday. It's something that the rodeo's Military Affairs Committee makes sure to do each year. And one of the vets in attendance was H. James Avery.
Yeah, he flew more than 36 missions during World War II, including the Battle of the Bulge on the European front. So from everyone here at KSAT, we want to thank these veterans and all military members present and past for their amazing service and sacrifice for our nation.
Yeah, it looks like they had
awesome.
a great time out there at the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo.
Even I went on Saturday at night, and they also had some military personnel there in attendance for military night. So it was great to see the rodeo get back to veterans there.
Absolutely, yes. We always do a great job of honoring our vets here at Military City, USA. All right, time now is 5:40 and 44 degrees outside.
February is National Cancer Prevention Month. Up next, what a local oncologist says we can do to try to lower the risk of getting it.
All right, taking you outside, looking at live cam, City San Antonio, waking up with y'all on a Super Bowl Monday, as we call it. Not too many people on the roads right now. We're going to get the latest forecast coming up with Mike here in just a bit. Welcome back. Time now is 5:43. Well, 1 in 3 people will have cancer in their lifetime. It's the second leading cause of death in the United States. However, there are many cancers that can be prevented or caught early.
That is right. So February is National Cancer Prevention Month. So a breast radiation oncologist at UT Health San Antonio joined us on Leading SA this weekend to give us some ways we can lower our risks of cancer.
Yes, the doctor joined us. We talked about a lot. We talked about why this month is so important to raise awareness to prevent so many types of cancers. And we also talked about this resurgence of cancer in younger individuals. She talked about some of the causes. Here's this conversation.
Yes, we're seeing that across the board. So the question about why younger people are being diagnosed with cancer, it's thought to be due to the changing diet patterns and exercise patterns that we see in modern times. Also, genetic risk factors are probably at play here. We're also seeing things like HPV-related malignancies continue to rise as smoking-related cancers going down.
We talked about a lot more. We also talked about the important screenings that you need to know about, and of course, when you can actually get them. You can check out the full conversation right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. Join us every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. for Leading SA. Guys, we'll see you next Sunday.
It is now 5:45 on this Monday morning, and it is 44 degrees. A little chilly out there.
Yeah, a little chilly out there. Taking a quick look at TransGuide 281 at Grayson. Traffic moving pretty good there. And 90 Jerome McMullen, same situation. Seeing a little bit more people on the roads now as they get up and out for their Monday morning. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is 5:48 on your Monday morning, taking you outside. TransGuide traffic cameras. Traffic looking pretty good out there. Of course, a lot of people kind of maybe starting their day a little bit later after a couple of Super Bowl get-togethers. There's also some school districts that are out today. I know Harlandale, Judson, just to name a few that are actually take Monday off because of the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yes.
Not our schools.
Yeah, it's a few here and there. So let's see if we go to our maps here real quick. And we do have some road debris that's still out there. Southbound 35 at New Braunfels Avenue, but not causing any major delays. The rest of the city, things looking pretty good out there, Mike, but it is feeling a little bit chillier outside.
Congrats, Sarah Spivey. She's a big Chiefs fan. John Marr, one of the producers down at SA Live, big Chiefs fan. So.
And we are sending our condolences to Alex, one of our producers, who's a huge Niners fan, I'm sure.
She's our 9 AM producer.
She is not having
right for beating the Lions.
Tell us how you feel, Mike.
Yeah, it's funny, though, how so many people, you know, they say it's like the Taylor Swift, you know, watching the Super Bowl and all that stuff. And my wife, who's not a big football fan, just texted me, goes, wow, did you miss the second half of a game? That was fantastic. His athleticism, talking about Mahomes and all that. I was like, wow. So
she really got into it.
I'm surprised you didn't hear me, you know, screaming at the TV last night. So, yeah, I mean, both teams. McCaffrey is the guy that impressed me.
Yeah, he's great. It was a hard-fought game. It's tough to see the Niners lose, but Patrick Mahomes.
Well, like they were saying going into it, it's like it was too heavyweight. You know, just boxers duking it out in the first. In the first
all
half,
defense.
So. All right, enough of that. Let's take a look outside right now. And yeah, this was the picture once again from yesterday. Let me throw another one up here real quickly. And look at those beautiful flowers. They are phlox Drummondii? That's what I would have guessed. Yeah, something like that. So, but beautiful.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
sure.
Take your word for it.
Drummondii.
Okay. Take your word for it. Be recognized amidst the Super Bowl madness. Yes, time to stop and not smell the roses, but the phlox Drummondii. Anyway, we've got a couple of leftover clouds out there. And as far as the rest of February, we started off with the normal average high temperature at 65 degrees, normal low 43. Now we're up to 67 and 45. That's the average. By the end of the month, the next couple of weeks, you're going to be gaining 3 degrees. So just about a degree every week or so, a degree and a half, and we're going to be up to 70 and 48 as far as the averages by the end of the month. Now, record low, by the way, is today. Back in 1899, got down to 4 degrees, and of course, the infamous 1996, 100 degrees on the 21st of February. Remember it well. Here's what's going on in the upper level. It's got this low. This is what gave us some of the rain on Saturday, and then moved through, pulled that front on through, and continuing to pull down much drier and cooler air. So with the clear skies tonight, and no wind. We're really going to be dropping down, but then warming up a little bit more in the afternoon, even more so than today. And we're staying on the cool side, all this blue kind of covering most of the country. And that's going to be the situation tomorrow. Then, notice by Wednesday, we're getting a little more of a southwesterly flow aloft in the atmosphere. Winds will shift around out of the southeast, more moisture around here, more clouds on Wednesday, and we'll have some little disturbances sliding through here. So that's going to give us a small chance of rain Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday to start the day as well. Then we get back into another northwesterly flow right there, and that's going to then bring another front through. As far as rain, here's one of the long-range computer models Thursday afternoon. And again, this is just kind of broad brushing things, and it may change in the next few days, but primarily down to the south. I mean, not a lot. This one's not very bullish as far as rain all around the area. A little bit more on Friday, and then as we start off the day on Saturday. But like I said, then we'll start to clear out pretty nicely. And as far as the next 5 days or so, it's not much. I mean, spits and drizzles in the hill country, perhaps 1/10 of an inch here in town, if that, more down to the southeast as we head on in through, again, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we'll start to see a little bit more sunshine late Saturday, then a lot more on Sunday. Today we'll drop down a few more degrees. Windy this morning, then the wind's going to ease a little bit. Still enough of a breeze out there. 56 at noon, and then a high temperature today up to 62. Like I said, even colder tomorrow morning. No wind, clear skies, but then warmer in the afternoon. We start off mid-40s up to mid-60s, so just about normal on Valentine's Day. And then we are going to be seeing more clouds around here, thickening up Thursday, Friday. A couple of showers here and there, and then we're going to be having another front move on through here, so that's going to keep us only in the upper 50s as we go on into the weekend. Whole lot more coming up after this.
Read the small print, and there does seem to be a lot of it. Oh.
Wonka is at $205 million domestic after a fifth-place weekend worth $3.1 million. $3.2 million put the first 3 episodes of Season 4 of The Chosen, a special theatrical event, in 4th place. Jason Statham and The Beekeeper stayed in 3rd on ticket sales of $3.5 million.
Are guys so simple that you just have to put on a pirate skeezer dress and suddenly they want to talk to you?
The horror rom-com Lisa Frankenstein opened in 2nd place with a disappointing $3.8 million.
I'm in some really big trouble, Mom.
Argyle kept the crown but fell 63% from its dismal debut, grossing $6.5 million for a 10-day domestic total of just $28.8 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, ahead in our next hour of GMSA, football season is officially over. Sad. After a close battle during last night's Super Bowl, the sights and sounds of the big game in Vegas coming up. Plus, bragging rights were up for grabs for two teams of students there in Kerrville competing in STEM competitions with a trip to state on the line. And up next, the Spurs are back in action tonight, hoping to get their first win of this year's rodeo road trip. And one quick look here at the roads before we head to break. I-37 to Alamo Dome, traffic moving pretty good there. Take one more shot here. 37 South Cross, same situation. We're going to have a full traffic and weather report coming up at the top of the 6 o'clock hour.
Taking a live look outside with live cam. Happy Monday. Look at this. People are finally starting to get on the roadways. It's a little bit more than a while ago. RJ?
Yeah, definitely waking up maybe after a Super Bowl get-together. Hopefully you guys had a good one with friends and family. Very exciting game out there. We're going to talk here with Mike coming up just a bit. But thank you again very much for joining us on your Monday morning, February 12th.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
All right, again, it is 6 o'clock on your Monday, February 12th. Thanks again for hanging out with us.
Yeah, and it's a Monday. It doesn't feel like a real Monday because
people look at it as a bit of a holiday, kind of.
But we're awake with you. If you have to get up this morning.
Mike's with us.
Yes. I only saw the first half of the game last night. But then my wife keeps texting me going, boy, I mean, people got their money's worth last night. What an ending to that game. Because, it had looked like the frustration on the Chiefs and the 49ers were so methodical in the first half. Kind of reminding me of a game 2 weeks ago, but anyway,
if you let the Chiefs hang around too long, then Patrick Mahomes usually is going to come through.
Yeah, and what is it? The fourth quarterback starting quarterback to win back-to-back.
Yes.
Yeah, Super Bowls.
So Super Bowls, yes.
Yes.
So it's Bradshaw,
Troy Aikman, obviously, Cowboys fans out there.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. There you go. Look at that. Look at us.
And they make it 3 in a row. We'll see.
Thanks.
All right.
We'll see.
We're starting off with a lot of clear skies, a few leftover clouds. We had cloudier skies earlier, and those are continuing to move on here. We're going to have plenty of sunshine later on today. It is definitely chilly out there. We've dropped down another couple of notches here. 39 now in Kerrville, 43 in town, 45 Seguin. Same thing, New Braunfels, and 46 down the road at Stinson. Still, it's pretty breezy out there, and 20-mile-per-hour winds in Los Maples, Kerrville. That's the sustained winds. 18 New Braunfels, 16 out there at the airport. Gusts on top of that to 36 at Los Maples, 28 New Braunfels, 25 here in town. So put it all together, and even though the wind keeps the atmosphere stirred up, doesn't let the thermometer reading drop down as far as what it could. Obviously, we've got wind chills to deal with, so it feels like 29 right now, Bernie Stage. Same thing, Kerrville, 27 Los Maples, 35s there, Helotes at the airport, Bulverde. Needless to say, bundle up, and you may want to keep a jacket handy throughout most of the day, because it's not going to be any sort of a heat wave today. Mold is on the moderate side. The updated count comes out later on. It's going to be interesting to see, since there was no mountain cedar showing up yesterday, are we done with the season? Is the wind overnight going to shake up, the last little shake of the trees out there? So the updated count is going to be coming out later on this morning. We'll maybe drop down another couple of notches here and there. And then what leftover clouds are going to be clearing on out. 56 degrees today at noon, and we'll top off today at 62. So we'll still be a handful of degrees below normal. Good looking day. I mean, just fantastic out there. Wind subsides. Clear skies tonight, and get ready for an even colder tomorrow morning. Colder temperatures tomorrow morning, easy for me to say. And then big question, will that stick around throughout the rest of the week? Details on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, the man that's going from the passenger seat to the driver's seat this morning, Marquez.
Double duty, yes. Automatic, standard, whatever you need, Mike. I got you. All right, taking a look at TransGuide 37 South Cross. Seen that shot a few times so far this morning. Traffic moving pretty good there. 37 Jones Avenue. Traffic moving pretty good there as well. A couple of things now starting to pop up as more people make their way out on the roads. US 90 westbound at Couples Road on the west side. We have a stalled vehicle being reported there, and we still have this road debris that's being reported on the east side at 35 southbound at New Braunfels Avenue. But again, for the most part, traffic looking pretty good. Obviously, people starting to get up and started to start their work week on the day after the Super Bowl. Erica?
Well, new this morning, it seems the last call at a local strip club and bar overnight was a call to San Antonio police.
That's right. San Antonio police officers told us it was the scene of a pair of robberies and a shooting as well. Katrina Weber is live where it all happened near Loop 410 and Vance Jackson. Katrina,
what?
Well, good morning. The latest we had from police on that person who was shot is that he is in serious condition at a hospital. Now, police say he's also a suspect in a robbery who was shot possibly during a gun battle with a security guard here at Sugar's. All of this happened around 2 o'clock this morning. I want to take you back there by way of our video that we have from that time. Police say that a man had run up to a security guard outside Sugar's saying that he was robbed and beaten in the parking lot on the other side of the building. Security went to go check on that, and that is when they found 3 men attempting to rob a second person at the time. They got into a gun battle with those 3 people. 2 of them got away, but one of them was shot and wounded, and that's the person who's at the hospital. Now, believe it or not, all of this happened while San Antonio police were here on the property. They had been called for a separate incident, someone who shot up a car in the parking lot here at Sugar's. And in fact, we did see a car full of bullet holes. Now, we don't know if that's the car police were investigating or one that perhaps was hit in the gunfire during that gun battle, but nevertheless, a car full of bullet holes right here in the parking lot. So police have a lot to investigate, a lot to unfold here after what happened overnight right outside this strip club. Reporting live on the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you very much, Katrina. Well, topping your morning headlines, a woman in Houston wearing a trench coat opened fire with a long gun on Sunday inside celebrity pastor Joel Osteen's megachurch. The shooting sent worshipers rushing to find safety while 2 off-duty officers confronted and killed that shooter. 2 other people were shot and injured, including a 5-year-old boy who was listed in critical condition. The violence erupted shortly before the Houston church's 2 p.m. Spanish service.
He was armed with a long rifle and a trench coat with a backpack. Once she entered, at some point she began to fire.
They started shooting, and we went scared, and then we went to the chairs to try to protect us, and then everybody was crazy running.
Yeah, scary scene there. Lakewood Church is a building with a 16,000 person capacity that was previously an arena for the NBA's Houston Rockets. Details of the confrontation remain unclear, and police have not released the woman's identity or possible motive.
Looking ahead, President Biden plans to travel to East Palestine, Ohio this Friday to mark 1 year since the Norfolk Southern Trail derailment. Now, 38 cars of the train jumped the tracks last February, and 11 cars were carrying hazardous materials that caught fire. That sent over 1 million pounds of hazardous chemicals into the soil, water, and air. In the years since the derailment, the Environmental Protection Agency has overseen the removal of more than 174,000 tons of contaminated soil.
In the race for the White House, former President Donald Trump is facing more fallout after he threatened, if elected, to not protect NATO allies unless they pay their share in defense funds. Trump's lone primary rival, Nikki Haley, is also criticizing the former president after he questioned her husband's military service. Haley also continues to attack Trump and also President Biden for their age. A new poll shows that 86% of Americans think Biden is too old for another term, while 59% think that both Biden and Trump are too old.
Back here at home, new deadlines are coming up before next month's state primary election. To apply for a mail-in ballot, you have until February 23rd. Also, you can vote early from February 20th through March 1st. Election day will be March 5th. We have voting information and all the places where you can vote early on KSAT.com.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
All right, we're taking another live look here at Las Vegas, Sin City this morning, where the Kansas City Chiefs are waking up, or they've been up probably since last night.
Or just going to bed.
Maybe, even if that. Yeah, you know what? It's Vegas, so who knows what's going on out there. They're Super Bowl champions once again, but again, it's only 4 a.m. there, so the party definitely probably still going on right now. And during the big game, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, yes, proved once again that he is the best in the game right now.
And he's only 28. That's
3
what
Super Bowls
is
already.
mind-blowing. Yeah. He's blazing a new trail into the history books. As ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, Mahomes is now the fourth starting QB in NFL history to win 3 Super Bowls.
Congratulations. This morning, Patrick Mahomes says it's official. There's now a dynasty in Kansas City.
It's the start of one. We're not done.
The Chiefs winning their 3rd Super Bowl in 5 years, this time in overtime, becoming back-to-back NFL champions, the first team to do it since Tom Brady and the Patriots 19 years ago. It's Mahomes' 3rd Super Bowl ring and his 3rd Super Bowl MVP award.
Yeah, just know that the Kansas City Chiefs are never underdogs. Just know that.
Tempers were running high for the Chiefs in the second quarter when they fumbled inside the red zone. A frustrated Travis Kelce ran over to Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, screaming at him, knocking Reid back a few steps. Kelce was reportedly angry that he wasn't on the field for the play.
I'm going to keep it between us. I was just telling him how much I love him.
From then on, it was a back-and-forth game of turnovers and field goals. Super Bowl history was even made twice. After 49ers kicker Jake Moody kicked a 55-yard field goal, the longest in Super Bowl history, Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker topped it a short time later with a 57-yard kick. The 49ers took the lead in the fourth quarter.
An extra point. Oh, my goodness, no.
But the extra point was blocked, keeping the Chiefs within 3 points. The Chiefs would tie the game before time expired, forcing overtime. The 49ers getting the ball first and kicking a field goal, they appeared in control. But here's where Mahomes earned his MVP designation, rallying the Chiefs, scrambling for 19 yards, and setting up the game-winning touchdown pass.
It's there! Hartman! Jackpot!
Kansas City!
The Chiefs running onto the field as red and yellow confetti rained down upon them. Mahomes rolling on the ground, seemingly in disbelief.
I can't ask for anything better than this, man. We're Super Bowl champs, Kansas City. I'll see y'all at the parade. Let's do it, baby.
Travis Kelce celebrating with an on-field kiss from his girlfriend Taylor Swift while enjoying the Las Vegas vibe.
Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva! Viva Las Vegas!
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Wow. Yeah.
I think he has
Incredible
the Viva
night.
down. We could have him come back down for Fiesta.
You were about
Viva
to say
Fiesta.
that. Yes, Viva Fiesta, yeah. A lot of fun at that game yesterday, including the Swifties getting their fairy tale ending there.
It kind of felt like it all worked out. It all worked out.
And Patrick Mahomes, incredible
He's just
stuff.
incredible, yeah.
Stuff. All right, guys, 6:11 right now. And hey, we've gone up a little bit, 45 degrees out there.
After the break, our San Antonio Spurs are back in action tonight, hoping to get their first win of this year's rodeo road trip. A preview of their matchup in the Great White North.
And taking a look outside with live cam, traffic starting to pick up a little bit out there. Felt a little bit cooler to start your work week, your Monday morning. We're going to check in with Mike and get the very latest on your week's forecast.